Yo, what is going on, people? This is John Epiphany, and welcome back to another sports reaction. Once again, we're talking about the Chicago Bears versus the San Francisco 49ers post-game show. And yes, 49ers was able to score 18 points in the fourth quarter, come all the way back after being down majority of the game, and they won the game. And the Bears offense was not able to fathom enough points in the fourth quarter. And once again, now the Bears have lost 3 consecutive games, and they go from being now from 3-2, looking good in the playoff picture, looking actually somewhat like a playoff team, to now falling to 3-5. Man, it's very, very, very frustrating to see that the Chicago Bears can't get it together. Their offense looked a lot better in this game, but the defense, missing Khalil Mack was a big blow. And then right after that, a few plays into the game, then Eddie Jackson go down. Then eventually we lose Tayshaun Gibson. And then we have now backup safeties. Just everyone just couldn't make a tackle, couldn't get through the blocks. It was just all bad. What's going on, the rapper 10,000, man? What's going down, man? I'm feeling as good as I can feel. Well, at least I can see at least the Bulls won the game. At least they won. You know, they won on my birthday yesterday, so I was happy about that. I was hoping that I will get a Bears win the day after my birthday, but it is what it is. The Bears couldn't get it done. Defense just completely fell apart in the fourth quarter. Just very disappointing to see. Very disappointing to see that Jimmy Garoppolo threw for over 300 yards in this game and had 2 rushing touchdowns. It was terrible to see Kendall Vildor give up that very deep pass at the end of the first half. And then after that, it's 3rd and 20, and the Bears give up a 80-plus yard reception. That was it. It was real bad. Good news was the Bears had a good lead by halftime because of the ground game and defense. Bad news is the passing game. The passing game came into play a little bit more in this game than any other game this season. Justin Fields basically played his most efficient passing game until it got to the fourth quarter, where they just couldn't make plays offensively anymore. You know, it was more like, as I've always said before, people, the Bears failed to make halftime adjustments. And the next team makes the halftime adjustments, and the Bears just can't do nothing about it after that. I said it multiple times before. If you watch the halftime show, I said then that the Chicago Bears have to continue to do what they do, but make those necessary halftime adjustments. So it is what it is. You know, 49ers did exactly what they were supposed to do in the second half. They made those halftime adjustments and was able to score 18 points in the fourth quarter. Yeah, I know, Jay. Congratulations to y'all, man. Congratulations to the 49ers, man. The 49ers was able to do what they were supposed to do, and Jimmy Garoppolo played more like he did during a Super Bowl run, and he was able to make those necessary throws. So, man, it is what it is, man. Sad as a Bears fan, good if you're a 49ers fan today. 49ers snapped their 4-game losing streak, and the Bears losing streak builds up now to 3. And how long will it be before the Bears win another game? The key mistake was during the third quarter when the defense fell apart and let the 49ers go down the field for their touchdown. The Bears did not pass enough to the wide receivers to keep the lead. It was more so of that, and also just the simple fact that the 49ers made the necessary adjustments to what the Bears were doing in the first half. You know, it's like everybody else can make those right adjustments except the Bears. What happened to Herbert and his injury? He actually came back into the game. He eventually came back into the game, but it is what it is, man. Justin Fields still learning how the NFL is. Yeah, that's what comes with being a rookie quarterback. All rookie quarterbacks have to go through that. Some just have it a lot more than others, but all rookie quarterbacks go through that. Even the ones that have fantastic seasons, like Justin Herbert last year, Cam Newton before him, Deshaun Watson. That's basically how it goes. But yeah, just to answer your question again, the rapper 10,000. Khalil Herbert did get hurt, but he did come back into the game. But shit, what was Allen Robinson? I really did not see him. I saw him maybe once or twice out there all day. Now, I will say it was times that he was open, but just so happened Mooney got the ball, but he should have been open a lot more than what he was. And it was like a few times than that, he was off the field. I don't know why he wasn't on the field almost at all times. That's another thing that I did not get with that, That was another adjustment the Bears definitely had to make in the second half, and that's try to make sure to get Allen Robinson involved a lot more. He is a big receiver, and he's supposed to be your number one receiver. So the Bears are supposed to be able to get him the ball as much as possible. That's one of the main reasons why I like the Trubisky, because he made sure that not only he got everybody involved, but he always got Allen Robinson involved. He the reason why Allen Robinson probably gonna get paid, and they just gonna say, well, it was just a scheme for the Bears, and it is what it is. I thought when Herbert got hurt, that made the Bears made a bad snap that was going to be a fumble. No, it wasn't even a bad snap. Just Khalil Herbert simply just dropped the ball. It was a perfect snap. The pitch was perfect to him. He just dropped the pitch. And if you look back at the play, he had open lane to be able to get up to the field and at least get about 4 to 5 yards. If he breaks that tackle or two, he probably gets 10 to 15 yards. It was literally he got hurt because of him not holding on to the ball, him trying to catch and look up the field at the same time to see where his block is at. So everything was perfect for him. If he just holds on to the ball, he treads right up the field for a multiple yard game. But yeah, man, it is what it is, man. Missing Kyle Fuller definitely hurt the Bears very bad. Having Kendall Vildor be the starting corner the whole year round, that's what's killing the Bears. They hardly ever threw towards Jalen Johnson. Once he made those few plays he made, they just stopped throwing his way damn near completely. Unless it was like a very short route, unless it was a screen play or whatever. They didn't even throw his way. They just kept attacking Vildor and Shelley. Like I said a few weeks ago, that's what teams gonna start doing. They're gonna stop throwing towards Jalen Johnson way, unless they got some big ass receiver on him. And they're just gonna constantly just keep throwing towards Vildor and Shelley. And that's how you can beat the Bears. If they don't have both safeties back at all times, which I'm surprised that they didn't, because that's how Debo Samuel got so deep, because they had a single high safety and he had to cover the other side of the field. And that left Kendall Vildor by himself, and Debo Samuel was able to come down with that 50-yard bomb, which he had 6 receptions, over 150 yards receiving in this game. And we was trying to debate rather what would he have. I already said it. If Jalen Johnson was on the whole game, then yeah, he holds him to less yards. But if you got Kendall Vildor or Duke Shelley Gardner, oh, he gonna definitely have 90 plus yards, and he had well over 100, almost 200 yards receiving. So yeah, that's just terrible to see. Plus, I think that the Bears should have adjusted their pass and running game to the left side, because the right side was stacked with 49ers. Everybody else can see it but them. That's the part that kills me. That the Bears failed to make the second half adjustments. Even in their wins. If you've been watching me throughout the entire season, I've said it constantly. The Bears are terrible at the second half adjustments. They continue to do what they did in the first half, But there's no adjustments in between that. They just literally run the same shit that they did in the first half. And I guess they believe that this is Madden or whatever, that you can just keep doing that and no one will be able to see it. The Bears need to trade someone like A-Rod for a few future draft picks. Teams like the Giants, Chargers, or Cowboys. Trade deadline is coming. So they're not going to trade them to the Giants. They already got a draft pick coming. So I don't think the Bears will trade any more to them. They probably will do the Cowboys and the Chargers in the future, if possible. It's really who needs a big time receiver right now. That's possibly how it's gonna go. Yo, what's going on, Giant Troll? How you feeling, my brother? How you feeling? But yeah, man, it's just very disappointing to see. Very disappointing to see the Chicago Bears lose this game. The Bears had a very strong chance to win, but that's what happens when you don't do what you're supposed to do in the second half. Terrible tackling in the second half by almost everybody. Horrible tackling. Horrible. It is what it is, John Jay. The Bears and 49ers have split the last 6 meetings leading up to this point. So now you guys lead the meetings, and the last 7 meetings has been 4 y'all way, 3 the Bears away. Yeah, it was a good game, CG. Basically, it was a mixture of everything that we said that was going to happen in this game. It happened. Good news is that our O-line during the first half stopped the 49ers pass rush. Your O-line. Okay. Yeah, they did. They did. The Bears did make a lot of stops. It was just, I just said it, man. The Bears failed to make second half adjustments. Every other team can make the second half adjustments except the Bears. The Bears just failed to do that. You surprised y'all won? I was surprised the Bears lost because the way the Bears played in the first half. I definitely thought the Bears was going to win. I was hoping that they was going to make the second half adjustments, but yet again, they don't. And I shouldn't be surprised, but I'm still surprised that they still failed to not make the second half adjustments. They continued to do everything they did in the second half, but didn't add nothing to it. 49ers did everything they did in the second half, but executed better on it. And then on top of that, was able to add a little bit here and there, tweaks here and there, and then they attacked the Bears effectively, and that's what led to y'all scoring 18 points in the fourth quarter. Also, the Bears failed to use their timeouts wisely. Man, I can't even answer it. I don't know what was going on. It was just a failure at a lot of things. It was the offense did great overall. It was just the defense couldn't do shit. Yeah, Devo play on 3rd and 19. Yeah, I spoke on that earlier, CG. I was like, that was like one of the main plays that just broke the Bears back right there. Like, what was the players? Like, you telling me y'all couldn't see that coming? It's a 3rd and 19. What else are they going to do? They're not going to try to throw the ball deep down the field. They're not going to necessarily do a punt play. They're on the opponent's side of the football. Most likely it's a screenplay coming, if not a draw play. Very simple. And he did the necessary plays, make the guys miss, and he turned it into an 80-yard play that turned into a touchdown. Please fire Matt Nagy now. Matt Nagy wasn't even there, so that's an excuse for him to say something on it. He wasn't even there. He probably helped construct the game plan. The offensive game plan was ran a lot better without him being a play caller. It was just simple fact that the defense couldn't tackle any damn body. Point blank. Anyway, but it's on a good game. Your QB had a good game on the ground. Anyway, your running game is for real. Yeah, that's one of the main things I said. The Bears' running game is very good. They have to keep pounding the football, constantly pound, 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 pound. Just keep going. Don't stop. Don't fucking pass the ball a lot. Just run the goddamn football down their throat, and that's how the Bears get the chance to win the game. Pass when necessary, and make sure it's play action pass, rollout plays. They did everything that they were supposed to do. It was just simply the defense couldn't make the necessary stops. There was times I wanted Justin Fields to pass into the slot receiver or left to A-Rob. This is what I was saying too. It was like he couldn't get. It was like Allen Robinson was invisible out there to him. He couldn't get the ball to Allen Robinson whatsoever. Marquise Goodwin got the ball a few times, but it was just mainly Cole Kmet, Jesse James, and Darnell Mooney. That's basically who it was. Don't know if I want to send you an invite to my Monday series Madden reaction at 2:00 if you have time. Well, if I can actually make it, I do not have a problem whatsoever. I do have to work Monday around that time, so if I do find time in between, even if I can't be an actual guest on that, I will at least be commenting in the comment section. I will at least try to do that. Matter of fact, since I do have you on there now, got another phone, make sure I subscribe to your channel. That way, it won't be no excuse. I at least be able to see that at least. So let me go ahead and get to it. 49ers Ultimate Report. I don't know why they went on it like that. But anyways, let's see. I'm gonna be subscribed to your channel real soon. The rapper 10,000. I've noticed that the Bears and other teams first and go pass to the wrong target instead of quick slant passes to the tight ends or just run up the middle. I don't know, man. It's the way the NFL is now. That you thinking about old NFL when that's basically what they would try to do: either run slant routes or run combination routes. What was a fake quick slant corner route. That's what I'm used to seeing, or just strictly run the ball up the gut, down the middle. They don't do it no more. It's always some type of trap play, try to get to the outside. Now, a few teams do it, like Tampa Bay Buccaneers do it because they got running backs that's capable of doing it. But yeah, man, I don't know, bro. That shit this game kind of blew me just to see how they perform in the first half and then just terrible in the second half. What letter grade do you give the Bears in this game? D plus, C minus, D plus. Very simple. Offensively, they came to play a lot better. Couldn't score when it mattered in the quarter that mattered the most, and that was the fourth quarter. Something that the Bears been having a problem doing all season long. So that's what made it a C minus, because the offense was able to put up more points than they have been able to do over the past 2 weeks. What make it a D plus, really in between that, is simple. 33 points given up. That's it. There's no other way to say it. 33 points given up. Ain't no other way. If Bears don't give up 33 points, they give up 13 points less than that, Bears win. Very simple. Thanks, man. I subbed to you a few months ago. Okay, I should have been had you on here. I don't know what was shit. I just be moving around a lot. But yeah, now you should see me on that now. Officially all the way subscribed to your channel, John J. So now I'm on there with you. But yeah, man. Bears got a lot of problems. I already said what it was before. You know, the cornerback position is terrible. Defensive linemen getting older. That front seven is getting older. They starting to break down a lot faster. Khalil Mack not being in this game and possibly not playing for the rest of the season is definitely going to hurt the Bears because Robert Quinn is the type of player that feeds off of what the rest of the defense is doing. And if Khalil Mack is getting there, that hypes him up to make him want to get to the quarterback as well. And then that makes the rest of the lineman that feeds off Robert Quinn, that gets them hyped up. And then there you go, the Bears is having a feeding frenzy on the quarterback. But it didn't happen. They was able to put pressure on him to get him out of the pocket, but there was no one there at all able to clean it up, basically. And that's what led to Jimmy Garoppolo being able to get out of the pocket, find an open man a few yards down the field. He able to make the catch, break some tackles, and then tread up the field. Okay, you rate the offensive C minus, defense C minus, overall D plus. We have future playmakers, but we need a new starter wide receivers because Fields to A-Rock is not working. It's strictly because it's just not his man. This is not the man he was probably throwing to the most in training camp. The man he was probably throwing to the most and had the best chemistry with was Darnell Mooney. That's how it was with Mitchell Trubisky. Mitchell Trubisky would throw the ball to Allen Robinson at least 10 to 12 times a game. That's why Allen Robinson had over 1,000 yards 2 consecutive seasons and would have had it in 2018 if he didn't miss 2 games. It's plain and simple. That's just how it is. Different quarterback means different chemistry. And the chemistry between him and A-Rob is just not good, not this season. If Allen Robinson was to come back next season, then it'll probably be a little bit more chemistry there. The same chemistry that he has with Darnell Mooney, he would have with Allen Robinson, but he's just not going to have it with him this year because he already found his guy. It's him and Jesse James from the preseason. It's just the way it is. So it is what it is. If you drink a little bit of that, some Crown Royal for the birthday, but it is what it is. Especially after this Bears game shit. Some people be trying to dome the whole goddamn thing, but just a little annoying just to see. It's gonna be a frustrating season. You know, Bears already got their 5th loss. And there's so many games left. Still so much time left. There are some college defensive players like number 99 defensive tackle Georgia Bulldogs, who I think the Bears should draft to replace Goldman. Well, they ain't replacing Goldman. If anybody that's going to be replaced, he's going to replace Hicks because Hicks will not be back after this year. You're not replacing Goldman because Kyrie's Tanya is the nose tackle. That if anybody that will replace Goldman will be him. You need somebody that's going to replace Akeem Hicks now. If the Bears do draft him, then yeah, that's who he's going to be replacing because Bilal Nichols is a key lock, and Eddie Goldman, when healthy and when 100%, because he's not 100%. I'm talking about going 100% through the season. He is a game record. He is a viable run stopper. Eddie Goldman is not 100% healthy. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He might not be popping up on an injury report, but he's probably at best 80%, 85% right now. He's not even all the way there yet. I tell you that much. So, but it's just it is what it is, man. Chicago Bears once again losing a game to the 49ers, 33-22. I'm not going to keep it going on for too much longer, just irritated, just annoyed by what I'm seeing. And Bears definitely have to get it together. They definitely have to get this shit together, because if not, the Bears is gonna win less than 6 games. They already got 3. They can't beat teams that lost 4 consecutive games. Teams that's high. Bears gonna get whooped, because the Bears smashed up every will against this team. Well, people could say that one of the main reasons why they lost because Eddie Jackson went down. Then Tayshaun Gibson went down. They already missing Matt. Well, you could say the same thing about the 49ers. Trent Williams wasn't 100%. He was injured. They missing a lot of guys. They missing George Kittle. They missing a lot of important guys. So, excuses. The Bears didn't execute when it mattered. And they couldn't make a goddamn tackle, and they couldn't stop the run. This is the worst I've seen the Bears be at stopping a run, possibly since maybe 2016, 2015, maybe. Let's hope this is not another 3-13 season for us. Now, the team is not that bad, and even then, the team that was 3-13, it wasn't really the simple fact that the team was really bad. They just didn't have enough good talent. Like, they had guys that played their ass off, and the Bears actually was leading. And I believe 7 out of those losses that the Bears had, the Bears was either leading or close to winning. Thank you. Or was close to winning the game during that time period. So this team is actually better than that team then. Just not defensively. That team even then was better defensively than this one, but offensively, this team I believe is a little bit better, especially if it's executed correctly. So I don't know, man. There's just a lot of issues where the Bears have to clean up. Number one, Bears players have to stay healthy. Number 2, the next man up have to be able to perform. They have to be able to perform adequately, and they have to be able to make open field tackles. They have to be able to do that defensively. Now, when it comes down to offensively, can't be having constant holding calls on. That's one of the main things that killed Bears' momentum. Multiple times that led to the Bears kicking field goals to set a touchdown. I think that was like on 2 or 3 occasions that happened when the Bears was down to the 10 or 15-yard line, and the holding penalty pushed them all the way back to the 30-some yard line. And then they had to get another completion to get them close, and then they have to kick the field goal. That's literally what happened in this game. So let's say if the Bears did score one of those touchdowns, that's another few points on the board right there. Now if they score 2 of those touchdowns, the game is even closer. The Bears, maybe Justin Fields don't have to force the ball down the field and throw an interception. But it is a woulda, coulda, shoulda thing. That's just a scenario that could have happened. What really did happen is that the Bears lost. Plain and simple. There's no other way to put the shit. The Bears just simply lost the game. But it is what it is, man. Hopefully the Bears can come back and win the next game. I have to look at the schedule and see who the hell they playing, but it just right now things just not looking too good for the Bears. They have improved offensively, but as they improve offensively, their defense continues to go down. They played well against Green Bay all the way to the end, fell apart, and since then they just seems to be crumbling. If A-Robs come back, the next head coach needs to tell Fields during practice to figure out how to pass to every single one of his receivers in those situations and routes. Well, Justin Fields, you have to remember too, Justin Fields is still a rookie. He probably only see half the field any goddamn way. He's probably just seeing what he sees and reacting as quickly as possible instead of actually reading the field. Saying basically what Trubisky did. Just Trubisky was just better. This is basically what Justin Fields is doing. The moment he's already choosing which receiver that he's going to go to first, and who's ever open there, he goes down the line. And if the second read not open, then he's taking off. This is just plain and simple. That's what he's doing. He's not looking at for the third read, which Allen Robinson probably is the second or third read in between that. If he don't see the second read open right away, or he just don't see the second read, he's taking off. That's why he ran for over 100 yards in this game. Because the moment he didn't see shit open, he's gone immediately. It is what it is, but unless there's any more questions or anything, man, we're just going to be it for us, guys. So I'm going to wait a few more minutes. Let me know if you have any questions or anything else to say before I do in the live stream. So if you do got any questions, any comments, anything smart to say, if you are the opposing fan, or if you are CEO Top Dog being a little asshole, just go ahead and say it now. If not, then it will end, and then I'll catch y'all next time. And then probably one of y'all streams in between, just commenting a little bit here and there, because I still got family here, still sitting back and chilling. Okay. Let's see the comment. What's going on, Joker Butters? What's going down with you, fam? Field show potential defense folded up. This game is on defense. Oh, it's definitely on defense. I was talking about that during the whole time, but it's how the offense, once the offense finally shows some type of prowess after 2 weeks of just putrid instability, period, they show something, and then the defense just continues to crumble. It was like right after that Packers game where they folded at the end. It was like they gave up, and then the Tampa Bay game they just said fuck it, and then this game they was like, yeah, fuck it again. So that's basically what the fuck just happened. Bears gave up, but as it is, man, I'm gonna still be doing the halftime and post game shows. Still gonna be doing the pre-game shows after that. Just Bears guys just gotta stay strong and play well, man. And man, bear down, Chicago Bears, man. And yes, sir, bear down. But man, this is Jonathan Pitney bringing it back to you with another Chicago Bears halftime / post-game show. Once again, it's taking on the San Francisco 49ers, and the Bears lost this game 33-22. So let's just hope that the Chicago Bears can find a way to get it together in the next game and find a way to win, because if not, man, we're going to be going through this all season, and I'm going to be irritated as fuck all season, and that's not something I want to see. I don't want to be irritated all season, but yet again, man, bringing it back to you. All right, people. Peace out.